If you feel as though the world isn't treating you well, then listen to this. Our environment is a mirror of our attitude. Curious what your attitude is? Well, Earl Nightingale suggests answering the following question. Do you feel the world is treating you well? Many more times than not, when you feel the world isn't treating you well, the cold hard truth is we put ourselves there through the choices we made and the actions we took. The good news is the future isn't dependent on the past, right? Just because we may have not made the best choice or taken the best action in the past, and just because we chose to lay on that couch and constantly watch Netflix, doesn't mean that I'm going to continue that in the future. The past is not indicative of the future, and the future is not dependent on the past. We get to make those choices. Isn't life great? Life happens for us, not to us. I'll say that again. Life happens for us, not to us. When we start looking at life as happening for us, we start taking control of our destiny. We start taking control of what happens in our lives. Instead of just being that tube floating down the river, just bobbing along with the current, we get to be the motorboat that can put us where we want to go. Opportunities are abundant. Imagine walking down the street and you hear somebody complaining about how their car isn't starting and their battery's dead. There's a couple of ways you can go about that scenario, right? You can complain about how your battery went dead last week and you had the same problem. You can say to them, oh yeah, it really sucks when your battery goes dead. Or you can ask different questions. You could say, I wonder how I could carry around the battery in my pocket. Wouldn't it be great if I could carry around the battery in my pocket? Wouldn't it be great if I didn't have to rely on somebody to come give me a jump? Enter the battery pack that you can literally carry around in your pocket and jump your car. I've used this many a times. Not that I'd like to admit it. I left my lights on and the battery died, or I listened to the radio a little bit too long without the car running, but that's another story. But there's an opportunity to be seized. At some point in time, someone had the problem of their car dying, their battery dying, and they solved the problem because they seized the opportunity. They said, if I'm going through this, I wonder how many other people are going through it. And they started talking to people, and they found the opportunity, they recognized the opportunity, and then they took actionable steps towards solving that problem. The bigger the problem you solve, the biggest success that you will find. So if the world isn't treating you right, is it treating you well, then I ask you, what choices are you making? What actions are you taking? What are you choosing to focus on? I challenge you to start paying attention to the opportunities that are abundantly around us and identify 3 opportunities that have come in contact with you that you could take action on. Until we meet next time, I want you to go out there and I want you to be unstoppable.